Parents thinking like, cause this is not a school. That's what I'm lost on. All right, y'all, we back with another video. And if you were paying, if any of y'all have seen any like sports news, then you've heard of this story right here. How this fake high school team ended up playing on ESPN. Bishop Sycamore, man. So we finna get into this video. But before we get started, please like the video, comment, and hit the button down below. Subscribe, man. I'm trying to get to at least 5K, and then we're gonna run it up from there. I'll give y'all time to hit the subscribe button too, like I always do. Alright, let's get to it, man. This is one, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the craziest like sports stories I've probably ever heard. Like I've heard see look, I've heard like basketball people do this, like as far as AAU tournaments. Like, because all you gotta do for AAU tournaments is to pay money. They let anybody in, but you just pay money and you play. But this is next level because they were playing on TV.
ESPN thought it was broadcasting a game between two of the country's best high school football teams on Sunday, but it didn't take long for the announcers to
This
realize
is
that
crazy.
wasn't the case. The matchup featured IMG Academy, one of, if not the best team in the nation, and Bishop Sycamore, a school that apparently isn't real and has never actually won a game. So, how the hell
How
did
this happen, man?
First, hit that
That's
subscribe button and turn on
crazy.
notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, smack that like button so YouTube actually helps us put
Hey, subscribe to him. I'll put the link to this video down below in the descriptions, man.
this video. Well, who is Bishop Sycamore? Well, according to the Ohio Department of Education, there isn't anything by that name for 2021.
That's crazy.
But there was last year. It was listed as a non-charted, non-tax supported school that, because of truly held religious beliefs, chose not to be charted by the State Board of Education. Yeah,
So this was
I
a real
have no clue what the hell that means. The school's mailing address is listed as the Resolute Athletic Company, a random indoor sports facility. Apparently, a group of like 30 kids just come
Is this
and
real?
work out at the complex once a month, but there aren't any classes. The recruiting address
What?
is listed as a library where Bishop Sycamore rented a room a year ago, but they don't anymore. If you go on their website, there isn't even an address.
They deleted
The
their
outlets and the
website.
staff pages are completely blank.
What?
I mean, this is just shady in every way. In defense of ESPN, this was not their fault.
How
the
did
Paragon
that-
Marketing Group is in charge of designating the team.
ESPN itself didn't schedule the game, which was part of the Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff. Paragon Marketing Group took care of finding the matches and provided them to ESPN. But they finna get some heat for making ESPN look
The
stupid.
Geico ESPN High School Football Kickoff. And apparently, rosters can be hard to verify, so they just did it, I guess. The roster they gave Paragon was apparently a completely different list of players than who actually played on Sunday. It wasn't the first time Bishop
What?
Sycamore has run into some very odd problems. In 2019, they had a game canceled because they didn't supply a roster and didn't make hotel reservations within the 30-day window.
How long is this? Okay, so wait. So, like, because when I was looking on Twitter and stuff, they said this school was not real. Like, their address was somebody home or something like that. So, how were they playing? Because they said they played 2 games in 3 days. So, what game, other than IMG, what other games did they have? And it said, like, this man just said 2019 something happened. So, they must have been doing, like, they've been fake for a couple years now, it sounds
And
like.
a few weeks later, they had a game canceled because the opposing team found multiple players on the roster that were over the age of
That was
18.
in
Some of the
JUCO.
players on the roster have even played in JUCO games and are significantly older than high
That's
schoolers.
crazy.
On the other side, IMG Academy is littered with 4- and 5-star prospects all over the field. Not to mention, they already beat Bishop Sycamore 56-6 in 2020. This boasts more than just a weird issue with the line
What is going
ESPN,
on?
but brings up a huge safety issue with IMG Academy throwing around Bishop Sycamore. Even crazier, Bishop Sycamore played a game on Friday. You can't
How?
play 2 games in 3 days in any high school rule book, and apparently it's not the first time they've done it. Even worse, a lot of the players played both offense and defense in both games with 1 day's rest. A huge health and safety red flag. One player switched jersey numbers between games before he left due to an injury, like a few other players did.
Oh yes, one of them got hurt. They hurt their knee.
Mismatched helmets and apparently only one team jersey. On Friday, they played a team called the Stowe Rocks, who they lost 19-7 to, which seems to be pretty normal for Bishop Sycamore. Since becoming a program in 2020, they have lost every game and been outscored 342 to 49. There have been anonymous emails that claim that many players on the team are older than 19. One former Bishop Sycamore parent said that his son was one of the youngest on the team at 18. According to 24/7 Sports,
how is this
allowed?
allowed?
In a 2020 recruiting class and used a fake ID to go to 7-on-7 camp and lied about over 20 scholarship offers. Bishop Sycamore
Dead man whole life was a lie.
Came out about the criticism, and well, he didn't really answer any of the questions. He just said that.
See, look, I seen this on Twitter too, and I don't know if it's true or not. So don't. This is just what I heard. I heard that they coach has an active arrest warrant right now. Again, I don't know how true that is. We'll see if he talk about it in this video. But if that's the truth, then I don't know how they scheduled. How was this even a game?
To do better. Didn't really tell us how the school works or how
they've been to school for 2 years. How did this happen?
Johnson is currently a defendant in a case that accuses him of unpaid loans of up to $100,000.
Oh, so it is
but there are plenty of other businesses and individuals threatening lawsuits against him. Not to mention, it's rumored that he has an active arrest warrant in
it's rumored.
Legal issues. Halfway through the second quarter, the ESPN
they said fraud charges. I believe it. This whole school of fraud. I believe it.
The prospect names that the school gave ESPN weren't in their database or any of the recruiting databases at all. The roster
they were like, who are these people?
The quarterback, Jalen Knight, says that he is a 3-star in the 2023 class, but his huddle says that he plays for a high school in Maryland.
Oh my gosh.
Trillian Harris is listed on huddle as a senior quarterback, but his 24/7 Sports profile says he's a quarterback in California that wasn't recruited in the 2021 class.
What?
There is at least one thing that Bishop Sycamore isn't lying about. They do have the 4th toughest schedule in high school football.
How do they have
Probably
a schedule?
Not a great idea for a team that's never even won a game.
Forget all the never won a game. Forget the toughest schedule. How do they have a schedule and these people are too old to be playing it? They're not even a real high school, so I don't get how they have a schedule, period.
There are plenty of other pretty damning
That's crazy.
The school was apparently a thing before and collapsed under fraud before folding and
collapsed under fraud.
The school using a fake address and
it's pretty interesting.
There is rumored that there's not even an actual school. There's never been.
That's what
It's just all bullshit.
Steve, you said a bad language word. Did you tell everyone about that?
That's
There have been
crazy.
issues with housing to the point where players were evicted, hurting their own personal credit. A parent told Awful announcing that players have been evicted from apartments and asked to leave hotels due to a lack of payment. Awful announcing got to talk to Ray Holtzclaw, a former Bishop Sycamore parent whose son now plays at Youngstown State. Holtzclaw said that he was very concerned that they still didn't have equipment and jerseys ahead of their first games, but the traveling was apparently the worst part.
They said they had no equipment. I seen a video and the defense was on and they got off. So they were getting ready to go back on offense. And the defenders for Bishop Sycamore, since Bishop Sycamore didn't have enough helmets, so they had to share helmets. So the defense were giving the offensive team their helmets because they didn't have enough.
The Roy Johnson.
No way.
There were multiple occasions where the rooms just weren't paid for, and at one point, Holtzclaw was
How did this
charged
happen?
$2,500 for all the players' rooms by the hotel.
I would have been
Nobody paid.
pissed.
He decided to stop traveling with the team and instead travel with another parent. Johnson apparently hyped up new offensive linemen coming in and a coaching staff, but nobody ever showed up. Holtzclaw
I
said
never heard
his
such
biggest fear
so
is
much
they are
lying.
a very fair concern after everything we've already seen. I still just can't believe this.
Another thing I don't get, they say the parents were talking about the concern for stuff. Like, what were the parents thinking? Like, cause this is not a school. That's what I'm lost on. Like, what were they sending them to? Or like, what was this?
It's true. It's a display of complete incompetence, putting kids at
I'm
risk
so
in the most
lost.
bizarre way
I'm not even
possible.
gonna lie to you.
It's one of the situations where no matter what you do, you just can't wrap your head around it. How does a high school full of overage kids that might not exist
How?
scam their way onto ESPN? Bishop Sycamore is probably going to warrant an investigation about, if they're an actual school or not.
That's
It
what I'm
changes
saying.
things when it comes to kids getting hurt and playing full-grown adults that hilariously still can't beat them, even when they're cheating.
That's crazy,
This is going to
though.
go down as one of the biggest high school athletic scams. There's
Of
absolutely
all
no
time.
interest at all in the player safety.
How did
They
this
aren't following any
happen?
of the state rules. Because they aren't actually sanctioned by the state, there's nobody actually checking up on them. There are plenty of schools that aren't sanctioned, but things like this can't happen because the staff and the teachers would step up for everyone's well-being. But in this case, there doesn't seem to be a staff, or even a building for that matter.
That is our building.
Just a blank website.
What
Bishop
in the
Sycamore
world?
managed to scam ESPN and has become the biggest story in football 1 week ahead of the NFL season.
For
But
real?
It's much more
How
than
did
just
this
a high
happen?
school trying to get its name out there. It's taking advantage of kids that love the game and putting their health at risk. Hey, we're trying to hit 100,000 subscribers before the start of the regular season. So click right here on the right to subscribe to the channel. If you don't want to, or you already do because you're awesome, go ahead and click right here on the left to watch another video.
Shout out to them. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'll put the original video down below, man. But man, how did this fake high school scam? They've been doing this for they said since 2019, so at least 2 years. They got a whole schedule. Talking about they got the fourth toughest schedule in the country. That's nuts, man. But that's it for the video. Make sure to like, comment, share this video, and subscribe, man. That being said, I'm out.